Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Sorry about that. That's my brother's Christmas present right there. I can show it in this video because it'll come out after Christmas more than likely. But, sorry. Let's talk about a show that I really enjoyed. It was the last week of November I started watching. I finished the beginning of December. It took me a week to watch the entire show, every season so far. And it took that long because I just love it so much. It is so good. Every night I would come home and be like, I gotta watch Invincible. I'm gonna stay up so late and watch Invincible. It is so good. And I thought about it for a little bit. It's obviously like 3 weeks now from when I watched all of it. And just some thinking about why I loved it so much. And I think I've realized it's because of the characters. I believe Invincible has phenomenal characters. They are all amazing, and the way the show makes you care about all of them, it makes them all interesting. All their flaws are really interesting. So I just want to yap about that today and why I just love the show so much. Let's start off talking about Mark Grayson, aka Invincible. Obviously, you're going to care about this character because it's the main character, but I want to talk about something that I found kind of interesting about the last season. I'm going to try not to spoil too much, but I mean, you've had quite a while to watch this latest season. Come on now, just watch it. It's so good. It's so good. I regret that I did not start watching it sooner. I really do. But, of course, you know, with Invincible, you know, he's the good guy, the superhero, all this good stuff. That's kind of what you expect. But with the last season, you kind of bring in this different dynamic with him, where, me personally, I was kind of frustrated with him. I felt like he was in the wrong. And why do I think he was in the wrong? Because Cecil, he was giving Darkwing and whatever that guy is that makes the freaking cyborgs out of dead people, he was giving them redemption, which I think is great. I really do. Now, yes, they killed people, which is bad, but Cecil was using them to redeem them. Cecil was allowing them to redeem themselves by saving people. I don't see anything wrong with that. I feel like in the real world, you know, IRL, maybe they go to prison, but we're talking about a world with superheroes. I mean, when you're fighting these crazy things, such as Doc Seismic in the episode where Darkwing and a freaking science guy and his freaking robots, they do save the day. I don't know how all the good superheroes somehow got captured or whatever, and how Mark was, you know, getting destroyed by this freaking insect after this whole training arc in the beginning of the episode, but they saved him. And I feel like Invincible's reaction was not the best. I feel like it was just a bit much. Not saying that the writing is bad. This is where I'm going with this. It's good. Mark is young. Invincible is young. He is 19 in that season. He's been going through a lot. He has a lot of pressure on him. And the fact that we're seeing some flaws starting to come through is really interesting, to the point that you're on Cecil's side. Now, I want to move on to Cecil now, because he's probably my favorite character in the entire show. Now, I have heard about things that he will probably do in the next season. I'm not exactly excited about that, but in all the seasons that I've watched, I freaking love Cecil. I feel like he's a phenomenal character, and he's so well done. You know, just by looking at him and the way he talks, you would assume, this guy's bad. This guy, he's not a good guy. There's no way. But the way he handles things is so good. I love this line that he has. Maybe it's not entirely true, but he says, you can't be the good guy and save the world at the same time. I believe that's the right quote. Again, it's been like 3 weeks since I watched the show. I really wanted to, you know, think about it for a while, but I love that line. Cecil may not be being the good guy, but he is saving the world. His intentions are always to save the world. I mean, and that's not bad. I mean, that's not bad in my opinion. I think that's a good thing, but it's the way he does it that others kind of disagree. Now, I will say, I don't like how he did Mark when Mark was, going crazy. I wish he would have, talked to Mark a little bit more instead of taking advantage of him with the supersonic sound that he put inside his head. I wish that was, I wish he didn't overreact like that, but who knows what else we're going to see of Cecil in the future. But my favorite character, no doubt about it. I freaking love Cecil's character. Another character, Omni-Man, of course. This show does this really cool thing of making conversations that I think is really interesting, making debates. The first debate with Cecil and Invincible is, are these people redeemable? They've killed a few people. Are they redeemable? Is what Cecil's doing the right thing? And then we come to Omni-Man. We have a conversation. Is Omni-Man redeemable? Is he allowed to come back to Earth and be okay? Now, one of the flaws with Invincible is I think he's starting to believe that Omni-Man is redeemable. And I think it's a solid question. Is he? Naturally, I think no. Especially on Earth. I don't think he's redeemable. I don't think he should come back to Earth unless he's saving the Earth from, Viltrumites. But even after that, I don't know. I don't know if he's actually, I don't know if the humans will accept him back because of what he did. It was terrible things, killing superheroes, killing people, what he did to Mark in that train. I mean, it's a lot of bad business, but, you can start to see the human in him. And you kind of almost got to understand, he was born a Viltrumite, raised a Viltrumite, doing all these Viltrumite stuff, and he comes to Earth, and that's when he starts to change. So, do we credit the bad stuff to him being a Viltrumite? It's such a rough conversation. I don't know. I can't wait for the next seasons to see how it changes. But another one of the great things about Invincible, it makes you care about all of the characters. There's a lot of shows where they start playing the B plot lines and the C plot lines, and you're like, I don't really care about those. They're kind of boring. Invincible, it does it really well. For example, characters that I really, really like, the Molar twins. Now, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's very unfortunate what happened to them. I'm going to miss them. I really liked it when they were on screen. I liked the music that played when they are on screen. I thought they were really entertaining characters. Usually when you got a plot line with these side villains, you don't really care. But I enjoyed watching them. They were a lot more entertaining than you'd think. But yeah, again, this show makes you care about these other plot lines. I really, really love it. Another character that I really like is Debbie. I think Debbie is a phenomenal character. She might also be one of my favorite characters. Her and Cecil might be, I guess, Mark 2 by default, but non-main characters, Debbie and Cecil, I love them. They're so good. But when Debbie got her arm broken, I was mad. I was pissed. Okay? I don't want to see anything happen to Debbie. Debbie is such a good character, and watching her get harmed like that, oh my goodness, it instilled rage in me. Holy. I think that's amazing. You would think with such a almost kind of bland character, you would think that no one would want to watch her on screen, that episodes that are kind of have a side plot based solely around her, you would think people would find that boring. I don't. I think when Debbie's on screen, it's so much emotion and it's so entertaining. I love it. In a world where there's superheroes and all these crazy things, one of the most interesting characters for me is the human. The basic human. I think it's so good. Another character that I like is Alan. And not because he's voiced by Seth Rogen. I know there's controversy about how they spend a lot of money on voice actors. I think Alan's a really interesting character. I like him. I really like his dynamic with Omni-Man in the later seasons. I think it's really, really good. And I don't know, he's just such an endearing character, even for the small bits in season 1. And did he come back in season 2? I don't remember. But I really like him. He's such an entertaining character on screen. Something about Seth Rogen's voice, okay, I will say it. Seth Rogen's a cool voice actor. Something about his voice is just satisfying. I don't know why. but I really, really like him. And let's also think about the other superhero team. The relationship between Robot and Monster Girl is so good. It's such a small plot line that doesn't really get shown too much. But when Robot reveals to Monster Girl that he has solved her problem, it's just so warming. And that may be the conclusion to their plot line. All right. That's okay. It's okay for plot lines to end. You know, the Molar twins... Well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but yeah. But, you know, Robot and Monster Girl's plotline, it's probably done. You know, they're probably happily ever after, maybe. I don't know. But I really, really like that one. And whenever... Oh, I don't want to spoil, but Rexplode, another character that he kind of develops, and you kind of see, you know, hints of his backstory, and you start to understand why he's such a prick in the first couple of seasons. And it's like, you kind of feel bad for the guy because of his upbringing, which I think is so cool. And they don't do like a whole backstory scene episode. No, they give it to you in bites. You get bite sizes of what his life was growing up. And it's really interesting. But the way that he's getting better, you know, that scene whenever he almost dies, but like he comes back and fights, and it's so good. It's so good. I freaking love this show so much. Oh my goodness. There's a few things that are a little annoying. Like, I will be with everyone whenever it comes to Adam Eve, how she uses her powers. It's kind of disappointing how she just makes walls all the time. A little annoying, but I really like her character a lot. I think the stuff with her family, it's very real. I think it's very, very real for some people. Like that is such an interesting dynamic that, like, her family, her dad specifically, does not like what she's doing. Just wants her to be normal, but that's not what she is, and he seems to not understand that. It's really frustrating, actually, watching her dad just not understand. But it's so, I don't know, it's so emotional. There's no conclusion to it yet, but I think that's all right. And just her struggling to find her identity and what she wants to do. Does she want to be, you know, is it the Z team? Is that what they're called? I forgot. But, you know, or does she want to just go save people, help people? I really liked it when she was living out in that tree and just helping random people out in the country, out in the middle of nowhere. Like I felt that was endearing. That was nice. I kind of liked it. And like, there is some characters I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, they're okay, I guess, but like their stories don't hit as much. I feel like Immortal, he's kind of he's kind of just there. I mean, he's kind of, what even are his superpowers? He can fly, he can hit things. He's like a way weaker Omni-Man. Like, I'm not a huge fan of his story, and with a Duplicate, I'm not a huge fan of Duplicate, to be honest. I think she's okay. You know, I will say, my favorite part of Duplicate is her name. Duplicate. Get it? I think that's funny. I think that's cool. Another character that I'm unsure about. I'm unsure about him, but it is Mark's brother. I don't know if I like him. He kind of feels annoying. He kind of just feels there. I feel like he does have a purpose, and it's to amp up this Mark wanting to protect his family kind of thing. But I don't know. I feel like Mark almost accepts him too quickly. I don't know if I could accept a random brother from some, you know, person. I don't know if I could accept my father, you know, running away, you know, putting tons of trauma on the family, running away somewhere else, hooking up with another woman, calling her his wife, you know, after what? How long was it? Like 6 months or something? I don't know how long it was between, you know, Omni-Man getting with the Thraxen and Omni-Man, you know, destroying Earth. I don't know how long it was, but it didn't feel that long in the show. What was it, like 6 months maybe? I don't know if there's an exact amount of time, but it just felt too quick of an acceptance. Like, it kind of feels like Omni-Man went from one wife to another, and it's like, man, that rubs me the wrong way. and we're so quick in accepting the kid. But as I was saying, like, if my dad were to just run away and immediately get with a new wife and then have a kid, I don't know if I would so easily accept that kid. You know, Mark has kind of disowned Omni-Man, right? So, you know, if you're disowning your father, why should you care about this random child that he had with a Thraxen? I don't know, maybe my morals there are a bit different, but he very quickly took in his brother there, which I think is okay. He's an okay character so far. Of course, he's still young, you know, and there's plenty of time where he didn't really do anything because he's, you know, a baby. I will say, I'll admit, it would have been really sad if he did get killed in the finale. I probably would have been pretty upset about that. That would have been very, very sad. Fortunately, he doesn't. Whoops, spoilers, I guess, whatever. Just watch the show. I like William. He's an interesting character. You know, I feel like usually when there's like a gay character, they make them... There's a lot of shows that'll make that character not very interesting, very, very basic, but they did a really good job with William. William's a really, really good character. I enjoy his character a lot. He's like... He has a lot of heart to him. I like him a lot, and the stuff with you know, his boyfriend, I thought that was really, really interesting. Another character that I thought was really interesting, who's very, very much a side character, is a Donald. I really liked Donald's arc. It wasn't very much. He's kind of just there. But, like, I like how he's okay with being mostly robot. I like how he accepted that, and accepted that he was helping people. You know, it's not a huge arc, but I thought it was really entertaining and interesting. And I like how he helped William's boyfriend through that time. I thought that was really entertaining. But yeah, again, Invincible has amazing characters, and it's so easy to get invested in them. And the only downfall is that it really, really sucks whenever they die. It really sucks. You're like, oh man, I'm not going to get to see that character again. It's a real bummer. But yeah, I think it's an incredible show. I cannot wait for the next season. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button. That'd be fantastic. Go watch Invincible if you haven't. It is so good. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.